Welcome back to Unscripted. Hey, you know what, guys? I love that you guys are here every Wednesday, making Wednesdays the greatest day of the week. In fact, if this is your first time ever to a Parkview Students thing, make sure you click the link in the description. It's a great way to find out what you're watching right now. It's a great way for us to find out who you are and why you're watching right now. So with that being said, we are celebrating Pajama Day. And I love Pajama Day because it makes me want to take a little snooze in my jammies. So with that being said, I have some special gifts tonight, some giveaways for you guys to help you take the best naps in your jammies that you can. So there's a hidden rubber ducky on set that's yellow and looks like a sheep. No, not this guy. It's a different one hidden on set, and if you find it, click the other link in the description and fill that out, and we have a gift for you. And you know what? I'm feeling so generous tonight that we're going to be giving away more than just slippers. We're going to be giving away this Fortnite pillow, which is going to make sure that you take the best naps in your jammies that you possibly can. So make sure you find the duck. Make sure you click the link. And like I said, guys, if you're watching by yourself somewhere, you're watching in a group tonight, thanks so much for being here tonight. I'm so excited to get tonight going. Pajama Day, people. Let's go. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the alarm clock relay. What a better way to wake up than do what? Stop your alarm. So with that being said, here are today's contestants.
Hi, my name's Eleni Zanitas. I'm in 6th grade and from the Olin Park campus.
Hi, my name's Jordan. I'm in 9th grade and I'm from the Orland Park campus.
Hi, my name is Grace. I'm in 7th grade and I'm from the Homer Glen campus.
Hi, my name is Morgan. I'm in 7th grade. I'm in the Homer Glen campus.
Hi, my name is Sarah Ann. I'm in 8th grade and I'm from the New Lenox campus.
Hi, my name is Madeline. I'm in 6th grade and I'm from the New Lenox campus.
What's up, guys? We are so excited for the alarm clock relay. My name is Sam Voss, and I'm here with
Nick Clayson, Hall of Fame alarm clock relayist.
Famer. Wow, what a privilege it is to have you here with us today.
That's right.
We got our official sponsor, Starburst and Skittles. Let us know in the chat if you like Starburst or Skittles more. Both are fruity, both are delicious, and both will get us through this challenge today.
Yep.
So with that being said, we got some pretty intense steps for people to get through to get to their alarm clock and bang, win the alarm clock relay challenge. So with that being said, the first thing that the contestants are going to have to do is stand up. I believe that they're all capable of this, and they will do a great job of this. They will stand up from their chair.
Yep.
They will race to the yellow bucket. They will have to throw a ball into the blue bucket, whether it's blindfolded. Well, it's blindfolded, but whether it's one ball or two balls or three, they just have to get one in
Or
to
100.
continue.
In my day, I would get 100.
Yeah, so, and then after that, they are going to have to continue on through the lily pad forest
Of death.
of death. Super deathful.
Brought to you by Red Starburst.
Right, and they're going to have to get through that. Then they're actually going to have to get to a Starburst, eat one of the Starbursts out of the package, get through the cave of darkness.
Yep. And then
And
hit the alarm clock.
Hit the alarm clock.
Wake up. It's just like a REM cycle.
It's very, very simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do this thing.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, action. All right. So this is interesting. There doesn't seem to be a lot of communication
Not much
here.
strategy, Sam.
No.
Back in my day, me and my partner
boy.
were very
Oh, boy.
strategic.
Homer Glen is at
Homer
the wrong.
Glen is at the wrong. Oh, Orland hit it on the first shot.
Wow. Homer Glen
is lost, ladies and gentlemen.
Homer Glen has a shirt that says "Hello Weekend." They wish it was the weekend after this performance.
Orland is at the Starburst,
Orland's
brought
at
to you
Starburst.
by Orange and Red Starburst, ladies and
They
gentlemen.
can't find the Starburst,
Oh,
but it's going to
there we
work.
go.
They got one. They're
They're
trying to
throwing-
open it.
They're throwing these balls
It
all
looks
the way
like New
over
Lenox is trying to bring in the rear. Oh
Lenox has
my,
hit it.
oh my.
Go forward. Go forward.
So with that being said,
here. Orland Park is running into the
wow,
camera.
this is so intense, folks. I'm having a hard time staying with it. Clayson, tell me.
Here we
Give
go.
me some insight into how New Lenox or Homer Glen might be able to come back.
Well, what they need to do is listen to their partner and stop listening to us, honestly.
Yeah, it's true.
Orland is there.
And it looks like we
have a winner,
Orland
ladies and gentlemen.
Park. If you noticed, Orland Park has an American pastor on their team. That could be what got them to the victory
Homer
today.
Glen, New Lenox, we need second place. Keep going. Keep fighting. Keep fighting.
Keep fighting. Look out for the camera. All right, folks. Welcome back to round 2.
Less candy.
Less candy because we are making our way through it. The official sponsor tonight, Skittles and Starburst. Let us know in the chat once again which one you prefer and why. So with that being said, we have changed contestants, and we are ready for round 2.
It's time for a new day.
Nick, can you count us down tonight?
I'd be happy to.
This
Ready?
round? Thank you.
From 100. 100. 99. 98.
All right, folks. 3, 2, 1, go! Here we go, folks. Sorry, Clayson. We still have that kind of time. Oh, man, they're making their way to the ball throw. Clayson,
They almost
this.
knocked it over. Homer Glen. Oh, it bounced out. Homer.
Wow. Clayson.
Orland is struggling.
Oh,
Homer.
my.
Homer got
Glenn.
it. Homer.
Homer Glen, nice work.
This was what got Homer Glen the last time.
Yes.
The game has been changed.
Wow, she's making her way
The
through the
script has
lily
been
pad.
flipped.
The lily pad forest of darkness.
Time
wow,
for the sponsor.
She found the Starburst
Wow.
first try. She's opening up the American pastor. Love what she stands for. Love what she's about.
Throwing it to
Struggling.
the Homer bin.
Hey, American pastor, you're throwing to the wrong one right now. All right, here we go.
Entering the cave of darkness, and New Lenox and Orland hasn't even gotten past the ball throw.
Can Homer Glen mess this up?
Don't call it a comeback.
Can they mess it up?
I don't think
This
so.
could be one of the greatest.
We have a winner!
Wow! Homer Glen, maybe a
Wow.
world record time. Wow, it reminds me that if I've ever seen something close to a Nick Clayson
The only
relay,
person who's ever done that faster.
you know,
Me.
I think
Me, the only person.
I think Nick, I think we should stop this for the sake of the other 2 campuses.
Yeah, it's like the mercy rule.
Yes.
The mercy
Let's
rule.
count it down from 5.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Take your blindfolds
All
off
right,
real
folks.
quick. Look where you guys were throwing. Wrong buckets.
All right. All right, folks.
Round 3.
This is it. Round 3. Are we ready? Nick Clayton, can you count us down one more time, please?
Absolutely, be happy to. 100, 98.
Here we go. 3,
99.
2, 1, action. All right,
Here we go.
New Lenox trying to get us.
Orland. Oh, a little too far.
Wow.
New Lenox going.
Yes! Homer Glen! Oh, my
Homer!
goodness. New Lenox trying to force a round 4, but can't find
Homer
the ball.
is at the Starburst. I'm
Homer's
eating
at
Starburst right now. Grace is opening the package. Oh, but Orland is hot on her heels.
I'm not sure Orland made one yet. Maybe they did. She's confused. We're confused.
Oh, she
we'll
found
find
it.
out. Oh my, we got a
We are
battle
neck
right
and
here.
neck. New Lenox, how you doing over there?
Lennox
Hey,
is trying.
why? Oh, she almost dropped the Starburst, but she caught it.
Orland, you gotta finish your Starburst before you go through.
Orland, eat the
you gotta
Starburst.
finish your Starburst. You gotta take your other leg out, Orland. All right.
Oh boy, they have switched spots. Oh no!
Oh,
Yes!
my buzzer beater!
We have a
My
winner!
goodness.
Woo!
Folks,
Orland Park, ladies and
New
gentlemen.
Lennox, keep grinding. You're doing great. Keep battling over there. I love it.
We need a third place.
We do need a third
Desperately.
place.
Keep going.
With that being said,
Congratulations, Orland Park.
this has been such a great time. Orland
Jordan
Park,
and
great
Lenny.
job. We're going to have to check the tape to see if they did make one in the bucket. Can you run over there and check for me?
Certainly can, Sam.
Folks, this is going to be a doozy. Drum roll, please. Folks, upset story, Homer Glen. Welcome to the winner's circle, folks. Thanks for joining us for the Alarm Clock Relay
Unprecedented.
Challenge. We'll see you guys next time.
Wow.
New Lennox, good effort.
Keep going,
See
New
ya.
Lennox.
What is up, Perfew? I'm Caleb Gatz, and I am undefeated at Spin the Wheel.
Hi, I'm Sid, and Caleb's gonna lose.
Nah,
Yeah,
not happening.
yeah,
Nope,
yep.
nope.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You won.
I told you I'm undefeated. Whatever this
16, 15.
I've never noticed this yet. Light bright. What is this? Is that a MacBook? Oh, no. What is this? These look like Hershey Kisses, but except for not.
It looks like marbles.
Chess. Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, guys? So excited to worship tonight. So I have a friend here with me, Jared McKenna, our resident. Jared, I know you could talk about this for a long time.
Yeah.
You love to talk.
I do.
I love that
I
about
do.
you. But tell me 2 sentences really quick. Why do you love worship?
Yeah, I think it's a way for me to connect with God through music, and that's something that I love because you can do it anywhere.
I love that. That was quick.
Quick and to the point.
Well, let's sing this song, bro.
I'm down. Let's do it.
I know you guys know this one now, so come on, let's sing. And oh, how high would I climb mountains if the mountains were where you hide? And oh, how far I'd scale the valleys if you graced the other side. And oh, how long have I chased rivers from lowly seas to where they rise against the rush of grace descending from the source of its supply. 'Cause in the highlands and the heartache, you're neither more or less inclined. 'Cause I would search and stop at nothing. Oh, you're just not that hard to find. Oh, I will praise you on the mountain. I will praise you when the mountain's in my way. 'Cause you're the summit where my feet are. So I will praise you in the valleys all the same. No less God within the shadow. No less faithful when the night leads me astray. 'Cause you're the heaven where my heart is. In the highlands, in the heartache, all the same. And oh, how far beneath your glory does your kindness extend the path from where your feet rest on the sunrise to where you sweep the sinner's past. And oh, how fast would you come running if just to shadow me through the night? Trace my steps through all my failures and walk me out the other side. For who could dare ascend that mountain, that valleyed hill called Calvary, but for the one I call Good Shepherd, who like a lamb was slain for me. Oh, I will praise you on the mountain. I will praise you when the mountain's in my way. 'Cause you're the summit where my feet are. In the highlands, in the heartache, all the same. No less God within the shadows. No less faithful highlands and the heartache all the same. Oh, 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 cause whatever I walk through, wherever I am, your name can move the mountains, wherever I stand. And if ever I walk through the valley of death, I'll sing through the shadow my song of ascent. Cause whatever I walk through, wherever I am, your name can move the mountains, wherever I stand. And if ever I walk through the valley of death, I'll sing through the shadows my song of ascent, my song of ascent. My song of ascent. For from the gravest of all valleys comes the pastures we call grace, a mighty river flowing upwards from a deep but empty grave. 'Cause I will praise you on the mountain, I will praise you when the mountain's in my way. 'Cause you're the summit where my feet are. In the highlands and the heartache all the same. No less God within the shadows. No less faithful when the night leads me astray. 'Cause you're the heaven where my heart is. In the highlands and the heartache all the same.
Hey everyone, my name is Matt, and I am a quitter. That's right, I'm owning it just right up front. I have quit way too many things in my life, way before I should have. One of the things that I know that I quit too early was football. Now, I love football. I love watching football. I love playing Madden on Xbox. I love the Bears, even though I probably shouldn't. So when my friends signed up to play tackle football when I was in junior high for the Tinley Park Bulldogs, whoop, whoop, I was ready. I was ready to be on the team, give it my best. The problem was I signed up late because I found out about it late. So when I went to my first practice, I was actually behind everybody else on my team. Before practice even started, I had to get my equipment. So I remember walking into the equipment room, seeing all the helmets and shoulder pads, getting super excited about it. And the guy handing out equipment ends up giving me this big offensive lineman's helmet. So it didn't go how I expected because I was a little guy. I could run fast, but I wasn't built very big, so offensive line was not going to be the position that I played. And in my brain, I had actually thought about getting one of those shiny new helmets, and instead, I got this old one with this giant face mask. After I got my equipment, I headed to practice, and my coaches had no sympathy for me. My little head carrying this giant helmet, which I'm sure looked really strange, they didn't feel bad for me at all. It was straight to push-ups and up-downs and running and conditioning. If I'm honest today, as I think about that, even telling this story, I don't even think I touched a football that practice or ran one play. When my mom came to pick me up, she asked how it went, and I did what all of us do when our mom asks us how it goes. I said it was fine, even though it wasn't. And when I got home, I acted excited, even though I didn't want to go to a single practice again. So I finally came clean. I told my mom and dad that I wanted to quit, and despite their best efforts to talk me back into it, I never went to another tackle football practice. And what's so disappointing about that for me is that, again, I love football and I understand football probably better than any other sport, even though I played basketball all the way through high school. I understand scheme strategies, zone plays, man plays, hook routes, dig routes, man flat, cover two, spider two, Y banana, you guys get it. But I think that's why I'm so disappointed that I didn't give it a stronger shot. Essentially, I quit this thing that I loved because of a bad experience with a dumb helmet and a tough practice. All right, well, what about you guys? I mean, think about things that you've experienced where you've wanted to quit and maybe you couldn't. We expect something and wind up disappointed. We think things are going to be too difficult, not worth the effort, totally pointless. Maybe we have a conflict with a boss or a coach, or we don't get along with our teammates or people that we're in band with. I mean, those things are easy to quit, but again, what about if you can't quit? And one of those things we can't quit is family. I mean, think about it. You have the same kind of conflicts with a boss or a coach sometimes that you have with your parents, right? Or the same kind of run-ins with a teammate or a friend that you have with your siblings. But you can't quit your family. And when you think about that, what does God think about that idea of quitting your family? I mean, what would God speak into your life, into your heart, when you're having one of those tough moments? So tonight, we're continuing our Family Matters series, and what I want you guys to think about is this. What do I do when I want to quit my family, but I can't? And that's going to be the topic of our study tonight, so let's dive in.
I remember one of the first times I went over my best friend's house in middle school. I took the bus home with her, and when we walked in the door, I could immediately tell her family was different. To start, her mom had warm cookies waiting for us. Did you guys hear me say that? Warm cookies waiting for us. She was the youngest of 3 girls, and she and her sisters and her mom and I all sat around the table and talked about our day. Her whole family listened to each other, and it seemed actually like everyone wanted to be around each other. And I've never seen that before. It was fascinating. I had never thought my family was bad necessarily, but being at my friend's house made me realize how different her family was from mine. It was one of the first times I remember thinking, not every family is like mine. And maybe my family isn't perfect. And as a kid, we tend to see our parents as our superheroes and our families as being super great, or at least normal. But then something happens and it changes things. Chances are you have had that same sort of experience at some point or another. It's the moment when you realize your family isn't perfect at all, or even that your family is broken. For some of you, you realized this really early on in your family's life. In fact, one of your earliest memories might have to do with pain because of your family. Others of you discover this later on. Maybe for you, it was in middle school, or others of you, it was probably in high school when you realized your family was fractured and dysfunctional. My family's imperfection became even more obvious to me when I was a junior in high school. What I thought had been a pretty good marriage for my parents ended up being a disaster. That year, my family's dysfunction became more clear to me than ever before. And eventually, my mom moved out of the house. What I once thought was a pretty great family situation turned out to be a pretty big family disaster. My picture of a whole and functional family was fractured. And every one of us could probably go around and tell our version of our dysfunctional family story. We all have one, because in one way or another, every family is fractured. Maybe for your family, it's living with constant tension. And no, you aren't slamming doors and breaking your parents' wedding china, but you can feel the constant low-level tension in your home. You feel it surface when your parents talk about money, vacation, or even their workload. You feel it around your brother or sister, and even some subjects that seem like they shouldn't cause conflict, but somehow they do. And it makes your house a pretty stressful place to live. And because of all the tension, your family doesn't really feel like a safe place to be. For others of you, you've discovered that your family lives with secrets. You never really saw it when you were younger, but now you know. Maybe you've discovered things you never wished you did about a relationship, a financial debt, or a legal problem, or any other number of bad decisions. And now, because of the secrets, you are wondering if you can fully trust your family. And for a lot of you, your family has experienced a fracture of some sort. Maybe it was a divorce between your parents or a divorce after a remarriage. You thought once you got through the drama of it happening, it would be fine. But it's not fine. There is no new normal with your family. And now you wonder if family relationships are really worth the effort when they can seem so disposable. Regardless of your family story, if the difficult situation feels big or small, it's important to remember that every family is fractured and there is no pain like family pain. Haven't you experienced that to be true? I think all of us know deep down that family should be better. It should be happier. It should be more forgiving. In all of our minds, we have an ideal family, the one we wish we had. But we don't have an ideal family. We have a real family. And the distance between our ideal family and our real family can cause a lot of pain. Realizing that what we have isn't what we want can be painful. So what do we do when we discover our family is fractured? I think we typically respond in one or two ways. We either count out our family or we count ourselves out. We count our family out because maybe after your parents' divorce, you thought they lost authority in your life. So you stop respecting them. Maybe you decided your stepmom or dad isn't a good role model, so you no longer want to listen to them. Maybe you decided to shut out one of your siblings because something they have done to you. Whatever the reason, we use our family members' mistakes as a reason for an excuse, not to listen to them or include them in our life. We say things like, I don't have to listen or be in a relationship with you because of what you did or didn't do. Or we count ourselves out. Maybe we don't say it out loud, but we've given up on our families. So we isolate ourselves. We stay locked in our rooms away from everybody. We think, I'm done with my dad not showing up for me. I'm done with my mom nagging me all the time. My family feels like a bunch of hypocrites, so I'm just done. I'm going to count down the days until I am out of here and I never have to return. All of us have probably felt the nudge of just wanting to pull away from our family. And we probably know it's not the best idea, but what's the alternative? What else are we supposed to do? Shouldn't someone else be trying to fix this and not us? But what if I told you there is one idea? One factor you may have never considered that can change the way you see your family forever. It may not fix things completely. It may not make everything better. But what if there was at least the possibility? Here's the good news in all of this. God has a long history of working in and with dysfunctional families. You can open your Bible to just about any spot, and you can see that there is a messed up family story. God has never written any one of them off because of their family dynamic. One of the most famous people in the Bible is a man named Abraham. God promised Abraham from his family line there would come a great nation that eventually a savior would come from. So Abraham had one son named Isaac. I know, it's a slow start for making a whole nation. But then Isaac goes on to have two sons, Jacob and Esau. And then the family drama began. Jacob and Esau could not have been more different. Esau was the older brother, and he was a hunter, a warrior, and a doer. He was a man of action. And Jacob, on the other hand, was more of a poet. He was a thinker and a cook. He was also a schemer. Classic sibling issues. Except their dysfunctional relationship actually led them wanting to kill one another, which can tend to make for some awkward family gatherings. You see, Esau, as the older brother, was guaranteed to inherit a birthright. What that means is, according to the custom and the laws of that time, he would receive special privileges not given to the other children. He would receive double the amount of money. He would also receive power. He would become the leader of the family or the whole tribe eventually. And finally, his birthright came with the blessing. And this would come from his father to ensure God's blessing in his life. So obviously, birthrights were a pretty big deal. Now, the book of Genesis tells their story in it. Esau went out hunting one day and came back extremely hungry, but he comes home, smells Jacob's food, and is hungry, and he asks Jacob for a bowl of his stew. Jacob said he would be glad to give him some stew, but only if Esau gave up his birthright and gave it to Jacob instead. Genesis 25 says it this way: "The boys grew up, and Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the open country, while Jacob was content to stay at home among the tents. Isaac, who had a taste for wild game, loved Esau, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Once when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau came in from the open country famished. He said to Jacob, 'Quick, let me have some of that red stew. I'm famished.' Jacob replied, 'First, sell me your birthright.' 'Look, I am about to die,' Esau said. 'What good is the birthright to me?' But Jacob said, 'Swear to me first.' So he swore an oath to him, selling his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and some lentil stew. He ate and drank and then got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright." Has the Bible ever seemed more relevant than it does right now? This is a classic older and younger brother rivalry playing out in ancient times. Family dysfunction has always been a thing. Later, when their father Isaac was dying, Jacob did get the birthright and the blessing meant for Esau. Esau was so bitter and angry that he decided his only course of action would be to kill his brother Jacob. When Jacob learned what Esau was planning on doing, he left home, afraid he would never be able to come back. Now, I know we all have dysfunction in our family, but this one takes the cake. And yet, I don't want us to forget or miss the fact that Jesus came from this particular family. These people were part of Jesus' family tree. God knew their mess. He saw how fractured they were, and he didn't run away from them. He used them anyway. But not only did God use this family, the book of Hebrews records the story of Jacob and Esau, and thousands of years later as a celebration of faith. Their story is a part of a lineage of people and families God used to show us what he is like and what his kingdom is like. Here is what Hebrews 11 says. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau in regards to their future. Here is what's amazing about this. The writer of Hebrews obviously isn't celebrating the dysfunction of this family. This family isn't being held up as a model to follow, full of lying, deceit, and threats of violence. They aren't brought up as people to copy. They are mentioned to draw attention to who God is. And who is God? A God who can take any dysfunction, any family, and still bring good. There is no family story that can't be rewritten. There is no family situation God can't ultimately use for incredible and good purposes. From God's perspective, there is no family you can count out, and there is no person in a family you can count out. God is never done. The story of Jacob and Esau tells us that even in our worst family moments, our family story isn't over. We can trust, even if we can't see it right now, that God indeed has a plan. My guess is, if you asked Jacob and Esau in that moment if God was doing something good, they would both have said no. They would have never imagined that thousands of years later, God would have turned their family story into a story for the ages. Today, for some of us in the room, as difficult as it is to believe, it would be a game changer to know that God isn't done with your family. It doesn't mean it isn't hard. It doesn't mean that it isn't difficult and painful now, but knowing God can redeem even the most dysfunctional of families might help change your perspective. You never know what God has in store for you, for your parents, for your siblings, or for your entire family. In fact, this could be one of your greatest acts of faith today. to believe that God can still use a fractured family. Or in other words, your family matters even when it's fractured. So whatever you do, don't count your family out. Everybody who lives at your house is a fractured person, including you. But when they mess up, don't write them out and treat them like that's the end of their story, because there is always the God factor. God is always working, even when it doesn't look like it. So when your stepdad never shows up, don't write him off. When your mom loses her temper, don't write her off. When your step-siblings drive you crazy, don't write them off. And don't count yourself out. You don't know what's going to happen next, so don't check out just yet. When the chaos in your family feels like too much, don't isolate. When the arguing feels constant, don't run away. Because if you do, you may miss out on being part of an incredible story that God is writing in your family.
Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us tonight at Unscripted. I love that if you're watching by yourself or you're watching in a group, I love that you're here hanging out with us. So thanks so much for being here. In fact, you know what we'd love to encourage you guys to do is like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can be reminded when Parkview goes live, and also you can be reminded to share it to your friends because we'd love to have them hanging out here with us as well. Okay, with that being said, I'm getting a little tired. I'm in my jammies here. I'm ready to go night-night. So night-night, people. Live, laugh, and of course, love people. See you guys real soon.
What's up, everybody? My show and tell item is a basketball. I love playing basketball. And actually, junior high and high school, I tried out for the basketball team every single year. And I got cut every single year. But one year I was determined, next year I'm making the team. And so I played as much as I could. In the driveway, in leagues, at church, like anytime there was a hoop, I was playing basketball. And so now that I'm a little bit older, not so much in the playing category, I'm a little more in the watching category. That's kind of my thing. So that's a little bit about me. I and your small group would love to get to know a little bit more about you. So bring a show and tell item March 3rd to your small group, online and in person. It's gonna be great.